Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Triple P's Top 10 Tips for Teens Tuesday with Penny and Amanda from FCSS. So we're going to continue on with Triple P's Top 10 Tips, and today we're going to talk about Tip 8, which is involving our teens in making decisions. Again, it's hard, for sure, but it's teaching them those personal responsibility skills that they need. It's teaching them self-regulation. It's teaching them that as we get older, there's different things in our lives that come up that need attending to. Sometimes we have to prioritize what those needs are. Decision making isn't easy. I remember being a teenager and just thinking that my parents were out to get me. Because I didn't think things were very hard to make a decision about, but they clearly had a different thought process with that. And I think that just goes on every, parent-child-teen relationship for sure. So talking to our kids about what their opinions are, right? I know my house is very opinionated, and I know a lot of other houses are as well. And just saving space for that, right? Holding them, listening to them. Listening is so important. so important, right? And listening to listen, not just to hear what they're saying. So asking their opinions maybe about what's for dinner, right? Well, I know mom or dad or both create the menu plan. Maybe I can chime in with a suggestion as well as help make it, right? And so laundry, again, all those skills that at some point they're going to need. They don't necessarily have to work on those things right now, but they do need to start seeing that those are very important pieces, because when it comes to making those decisions about life, they have to be able to cook some meals. They have to be able to do their laundry, right? If we look at budgeting, grocery shopping, again, as appropriate, but you can be like, hey, come with me to the grocery store and I'll give you the list. I'll just kind of support you. And you can do things. And if we are seeing that they're maybe picking the more expensive stuff, that's a time for a lesson, right? Or something to be like, oh, hey, we'll come back to that when we get home and really just talk about that, right? Again, picking our battles, right? If it's the first time we're taking our kids grocery shopping to make those decisions, we need to be a little bit more lenient, but they'll come with teachable moments as things progress. So I don't know how many people know about the circle of control, but basically we're just looking at what is actually in our circle. What's in our circle that we can control. So we can control our decisions. We can control what we think about the world. We can control our attitudes, our opinions, our beliefs. We get to control that. What we don't get to control, which would be an outer circle, is what other people are thinking, what other people are doing, what other people have, right? What other people's beliefs are. So you look at debating when you look at the circle of control, and it's like, okay, where am I at, right? And debating helps make the decisions, as well as family meetings, having sit downs, opening those conversations, giving each side an opportunity to discuss and help make those decisions as things go on. Vacations sometimes, right? What are we going to do here? We're going here. You get one day to pick what we're doing, and, the other kid might get another day. So just really making sure that we're not making all their decisions for them as teenagers. They need to learn that responsibility. They need to learn that decision making is a part of life. So yeah, so that was tip 8, involve them in making decisions.
Okay. So one thing I was thinking is keeping it fun. So you used a good example of the grocery store and not, maybe getting all over them the first time, but kind of making it fun and keeping it positive in a way that even if you don't agree with their ideas or their decisions, unless it's a deal breaker for you, which you mentioned, picking your battles. I remember this brings to me brainstorming when my kids were smaller, right? So going through the problem solving process and brainstorming ideas, the really big thing, what's hard to do, was this isn't a time to judge the idea. So, and funnily enough, I've kept this going with my partner. Oh, that's an idea. Oh, and you don't say whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. Oh, that's an idea. Okay, well, and either tell me more about that idea, or okay, well, think about that. What other ideas might you have? Oh, you want to go to Paris? Oh, that's an idea. What other ideas for a holiday might you have? And letting them flesh that out in their mind, kind of like a fantasy, and yeah, just keeping it kind of positive, and because it is a huge decision making is huge and hard, and you're right, they need practice, 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 and they need somebody to sort of have their back, to help them fantasize through the things that realistically aren't likely to happen, and yet still help them come to that conclusion on their own instead of just sort of slamming the door shut. Nope, that's not going to happen. Even though for most people, Paris isn't an option for a family vacation. Okay, so thanks again, everyone, for joining us today. And we will be back next Tuesday at 1 o'clock for tip number 9, which is encouraging extracurricular activities. So enjoy your afternoon, and we'll talk soon. Bye.
Hey, everyone.